Howdy do, buckaroos. How the heck are you, man? This is Tom the Beer Whisperer. I'm relaxing, man. Hey, how the heck are you? No, seriously, I'm out of my patio. I'm having the Stone RuinTen for the first time this year. I am. 10.8%. I don't know that it mentions the IBU specifically. I'm not seeing it on here. Probably does on their website. I actually did not get on their website before I started because, well, I don't care. It's a big one. Do you really need to know the exact numbers? Look this shit up for yourselves. Who am I, your mommy? Anyways, something about having a Stone beer brings out the arrogance in me, even when I'm not having an arrogant bastard. It just kind of rubs off, man. You know, I just did a live video of this. I poured a glass about like this. I did a live video. I had this in some cooler. I had this in a cooler with some ice. So it was rather cold, and I was noticing some very sharp citrus, some very sharp peppery notes. And I've noticed as I got near the end of my glass, as it started to warm up, I was getting some sweeter notes, some honey-like notes. And now that this glass is a little warmer, I'm really feeling that more. It does feel like more of a balanced beer now than it did the first time. I'm feeling more on the nose. I was getting all the hops. Wasn't getting a whole lot of the malt, and now it's more balanced. Even on the nose, I'm feeling more of that malt on the nose than I was earlier. Almost like a honey-like sweetness, along with that toasted malt, but then a lot of that big citrus and some peppery notes from the hops. And then the flavors have balanced out more as well. Again, the flavors were there, but they felt sharper. Now they kind of, it seems like they've melded together better as it's warmed up. So even this type of beer really, I've got to say, even though it's hot and I want a beer to be cold on a hot day, this beer really probably reacts best at about 50 degrees, to be honest, in my opinion. Some might even say 55, but I'm going to say 50. It does feel more well-rounded now. I am getting that toasted malt in the middle. I am feeling some honey-like notes. I'm getting a lot of citrus. I'm getting some big tangerine. I'm getting some grapefruit. I'm certainly feeling that toasted malt and the honey, and it all kind of rounds out together at the very end. I'm getting some nice peppery notes. It's just put together very well. I am a fan of this beer. And you know, it's simple for me, right? I don't do grades. It's either a buy again or it's a not. It's a buy again for me. Of course, it's a buy again for me. I've been buying it again every year since 2012, so of course it's a buy again. You know, the funny thing is, at the time there wasn't a whole lot out like it, and now there is. I mean, Stone really has been a forerunner in craft beer. They really have been on the cutting edge since their inception. And in my opinion, they continue to be so. You know, I think it's great when breweries look at trends. So you know, a lot of craft breweries start the trends, and many craft breweries just follow them. Now, a lot of those craft breweries that just follow the trends end up putting out some good beer. But I think you always know deep down that they weren't the first that did it. And I think I'm kind of getting with some of those, you know, those tropical tasting IPAs. I think at this point it's kind of been done to death for me. Even though they are nice, they are popular, they certainly taste good in the summertime, at this point it seems like almost everybody's IPA is tasting the same. So I think if you're a new brewery and you're trying to capture that magic, it's already been done. You know, you know, be innovative, do something different. Don't just follow the trend, start it. You might be able to do a great beer because everybody else has, but you know, don't just recreate the dish, make it your own, you know. So there you go. That's my opinion on that whole thing. Having said that, with this beer, they were, I mean, with the original Ruination, they really were on the cutting edge at the time. With this one, they really were on the cutting edge, and they continue to do so with other flavors. So, their Arrogant Bastard, obviously, that was probably way ahead of its time. And I've always loved that beer from the first time I had it. I don't remember exactly what year. They all kind of run together when you get to be my age. Oh. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I've said this before in several videos. Whoa, my cap just popped up. I just blew my top, man. I've said this before in several videos. I do tend to drink my beer slightly colder than most beer geeks do. When some want a beer at 55 to 60, I'll tend to go, you know, 45 to 50 or 50 to 55. It just depends on the beer. And I've got to say, with this one, as it's warmed, even though I wanted a cold beer because it is a rather steamy day, this one, as it warms, it is more reactive. The flavors are more cohesive as she warms up. So there you go. The downside to that possibly is that it does feel a little more viscous as it warms. But for me, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it might be for some. I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.